Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today joining at Huddersfield Golf Club, where we're going to be having a little bit of a match, aren't we?
We are, yes.
We've got Mark. Are you a 5 handicap?
4.4.
4.4. I'm the club assistant pro, and we're going to be playing with a set of, I'm going to be playing with a set of clubs that are your clubs from 1970s.
They are indeed, yes.
Against, you off scratch with your own clubs.
Yeah.
It's going to be an interesting one. So you brought your collection of clubs.
Yeah.
It's quite interesting to see what you've got actually in bag. You have to talk us through
Yeah,
this.
certainly, yeah. Well, what we've got here, Wilson Staff Tour Block, which were, they're a laminated head, so not a persimmon head like a few clubs were then, but laminated. They're what Bernard Langer used to use back in the day, so they were a top club. I actually got these in 1981 on my 18th birthday. So,
and were they brand new as well?
Brand new, yeah, brand new in 81, yeah. I think they came out late 79, but we didn't have the, we didn't change clubs every 12 months like we do now. We had a bit of a longer shelf life.
Big question then, obviously I can see you've got ping irons, you've got ping putter. Why not ping woods?
Because ping woods back in the day were bloody awful, to put it frankly, put it mildly. Nobody used to use ping woods.
Really?
I mean, the irons were a lot of ping tour players used ping irons. A lot of players who weren't even contracted to ping used ping putters. They were by far the most popular putter back then. But the woods, hardly anybody used the woods.
So were Wilson the biggest brand in woods?
Wilson, they were one of the top ones. You had, it's all changed. I mean, Dunlop and Slazenger were both good brands then. Penfold. Sevy used to use Dunlop and Slazenger.
It's funny you mention that, because I just dug a Slazenger bag out and I was just about to say to you, it's a shame it's not like a Ping or a Wilson. But would that
Slazenger were a decent brand back then,
would
yeah.
That be in a bag?
Yeah, it would, yeah.
Wow. So I'd have never ever dreamt in this world that Wilson would have been one of the leading brands on market.
They were indeed, yeah, very much so, yeah.
And then looking at the irons, you know what? These irons don't even look too bad.
No, they're. I still use them. I still give them a outing once every 12 months or so. Keep them newly gripped, and they're. To be honest, I don't personally think they make that much difference.
I'm going to say
compared to a modern iron. The woods is where the big difference is. The woods and the putter technology.
Yeah, obviously in the woods I'm going to probably struggle, but I think iron-wise, might not be too bad.
Yeah.
And you brought me a bit of a selection of ping putters. I mean, question is as well is why have you kept them all?
Well, the short answer to that is I'm a bit of a hoarder, so I always struggle to get rid of things.
I mean, there's many people I've seen still use these sort of like...
Yeah, the manganese bronze, which, I mean, there's a ping answer there. That was the first heel toe weighted putter, which... pretty much everybody back in the day used ping putters. They've won 56 major tournaments. We have to say 56 men's major tournaments.
Yeah.
On 1988, they won every single major.
Wow.
All 4 majors. Really? The only putter brand to have ever done that.
So what about like Titleist Scotty Cameron and things like that?
Scotty weren't really that well known back in those days, but I mean the Ping Answer's the most copied putter ever. I mean even Scotty Cameron openly admits that his putters are modern variations on Pings.
Yeah, the Answer looks very much like their new putt.
Yeah, very much it is indeed, yeah.
I'm looking forward to that. I mean, obviously, I've actually had one of these before, the Answer.
Yeah.
So you've got the Mighty, I've had a similar shape.
Yeah.
But I've never had an A-blade. And I've heard that these can be collectible, can't they?
There's 1 or 2 odd ones that are collectible, but I mean the most collectible ones are the original Ping Answers. I mean that one's from 1979, so that's not really valuable ones. But the Dale Head, which was the original casting, they can be worth quite a lot of money.
God, I can't wait to get out and try these. Is there anything that you think I could be surprised about? I mean, can you remember how far you used to hit these clubs, the driver?
I've never been a massive hitter myself, but I mean, I was a lot younger when I was using those, so I would guess back in the 80s, if I nailed one, it'd be probably 210, 220.
What would you driving now?
I average now 238.
So
I'm a bit of a stat geek, so I know that. So yeah, 238's my average drive.
I thought when I looked in your bag as well, so you carried a 3 and a 4 wood.
Yeah.
Is that not too close together?
No, that were pretty much common in those days. Yeah, I mean, they used to have 2 woods as well in those days, which you very rarely see now. So you know, it wasn't uncommon for people to carry a 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
But what would the gap be in distance between them two?
Probably 10, 15 yards.
Quite precise golf then.
Yeah.
So we're talking to a guy in shop. Mark.
Yeah.
I don't know if you might have any memories from this, but can you remember moving from sort of steel to graphite?
Yeah, well, again, steel were very common. You know, there were only a few pros used to use graphite back in the day. I mean, Johnny Miller was one of the first. I believe when he won the Open at Birkdale in '76, he had graphite shafts, and he had them right through the bag, including his irons, which even nowadays is very unusual.
But what were your first experience when you transitioned from steel in woods to graphite? Can you remember there being a transition in performance?
Well, definitely, because my first experience with graphite coincided with my first experience with oversized heads.
Right.
So my first graphite shaft was in a Wilson Killer Whale driver, which was the driver that John Daly used when he won the Open at St Andrews.
It's really
so yeah, I mean, massive difference.
When you're pulling these names up, it makes me want to go on eBay and start looking at this sort of stuff and buying a Killer Whale to see what you were using back then. So we're going to obviously be going out on course. We've got some Dunlop 65 balls, which you told me at the time.
They were a top ball, No
Pro V's around then.
No Pro V's around, no.
Did Titleist actually do a decent ball then?
Oh yeah, Turbo Latter, everybody used pretty much, I mean, Dunlop and Slazenger, whilst they were top balls, and Penfold, they seemed to lose the way a bit after the big ball became mandatory for tournament play, which was, I think the 1974 Open at Royal Lytham were the first competition where big ball became mandatory at this side of the pond.
So if we're doing a video based on clubs in the late 70s shots, are there any early 80s here, or is it all late 70s?
No, those all came out in the 70s. I mean, the Caston 3 irons, they were, I believe they were 78.
Right. But do we need to use the big ball or the small ball?
Well, you could, in this country, at that time, for amateurs, you could use either,
Right, well, we could talk forever, but it's time to get on tee. Let's go and play.
Right,
guys,
very good.
If you enjoyed that video, make sure you tune in. That video will drop in 2 days' time at 2 o'clock. And we're going to go and play 6 holes. And let's see what we can shoot with a set from 1970s.
Right.
Make sure you subscribe, guys, and we'll see you in a couple of days' time. Bye.
Cheers.